And hello again, welcome back to another gameplay video of the most exciting, heart-stopping, breathtaking gameplay of Oxygen Not Included. If you were watching my previous video, you would have noticed that I have skipped ahead about like 40 cycles. That is because I spent some time off camera to just get some stuff done. Also, my popple farm is growing. It's still in the sewer, but you know, it's fine. Put some salt on it and you won't know the difference. Anyway, so a lot of the preparations, I'll just get into it. A lot of the preparations that I have been doing is here. Again, if you were watching my previous video, you would have noticed something's wrong. This used to be full of ice, now it's just this. That's because I'm preparing to utilize this hydrogen vent that I completely forgot about in my previous video. And aside from that, I've made some changes to the base. I'm starting to make my power system a bit more robust, but only on the areas that have really large strain for power. And that's also why I was focusing on this hydrogen gas vent, because I'm gonna need it for power. I'm running out of power. So let me just pause this. Let me just get to an important fact in this episode, is that another reason why I skipped ahead is because I waited for this to become dormant. And why is that? Is because obviously you do not want to be working with you do not want to work with a gas geyser that's just constantly spewing out hot, very hot materials onto your duplicants. You do not want to do that. So the thing is, I haven't I haven't really thought of how to go about this. I'm just winging it. But I have a general idea of what I want to do with this right here. And that is, I want to make it go around here and then go up. That's a simple idea that I want to do. I want to cool the air as well as much as possible using Weezworts, since I have them anyway. Also, it doesn't really matter that they're going out. They're gonna surface, since as far as I know, hydrogen is the lightest gas in this game, so it's fine. Making a ladder here just because I want them to still have access. And yeah, here we are. The bare bones idea is that I'll make this entire, like, oh, maybe I could make it bigger. I'm gonna make this like an entire area just dedicated to... Well, actually no, since I'm gonna be sucking up the air out of there, it doesn't really matter how much space it has. I just need it to go up and around. I know it's kind of hard to visualize that this is a hydrogen gas vent facility, or whatever you want to call it. It'll slowly take shape. Not what you normally expect out of stuff like this. I want to make like a lock here. I want to make sure that I have the option of closing it if I want to make repairs or anything, or if I deem it too dangerous of an experiment. That's one lock, and then another lock here. There we go. That's all we need for now. This is where the wiring is gonna come in handy, because our sources of iron is literally down there. And we need iron for these things, since this is the upgraded wires. They're not like the extremely heavy duty wires that I'd need for, say, the battery area and the power suppliers. But it's the more robust one for general purpose that I want. And I want to keep the scaffolding in there, just so that they can still go around if they need to. I didn't dig that one for some reason. Also, I can start getting rid of some of these nuisance wires, because their job is done. Now they're just a nuisance now. Ooh, more gold. As you can see, my fish farm is doing well. They are thriving in the sewer. I cannot stress that enough, that they are in the sewer. They're right in there. Just in case you're doubting me, that is that's the sewer, all right. Polluted water with a lot of germs. But again, you just need to cook it off. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not eating it. It's them. So that's not my issue. Once I get the setup, it's gonna be very, very good for me, because a lot of how do I say this? There is a huge benefit to utilizing hydrogen, aside from the one that I said before, which is the anti-entropy thermonullifier. It's a big name, but essentially what it does is a glorified Weiswort, a giant machine that does what the Weiswort does, and does it really strongly compared to the Weiswort. But to do that, you need to supply it with hydrogen, and it'll do that. But the main point is it's for power as well, because hydrogen generators are pretty good. They have no waste at all. They only produce heat. They provide 800 watts of power. That is a lot. For comparison, I'm currently using a coal generator as my main supplier's power, and it provides 200 less watts, produces way more heat, and has a side effect of carbon dioxide. Meanwhile, the hydrogen generator just takes in hydrogen, produces power and heat. Simple as that. That's one of the reasons why. Okay, so the big plan here is to make a bunch of gas reservoirs. These gas tanks will store hydrogen and essentially be my backup. I don't want to just directly feed the hydrogen into whatever machinery I'm gonna use it for. I have to store it first, just so I have a supply, you know, just in case I need it, especially once the things go dormant. Those are the most important parts when you want to have a supply. And the big part here is that I need to be able to cool this place down as well. So that's the thing. Ooh, speaking of which, might need to... Yeah. I might have to get one more, just so there's space for Weisworts at the end. Yeah, I have to. Oh well, minor mistakes, but essentially I think it's starting to take shape. I think it's becoming to look more like what I'm saying. And the issue as to why I built this entire wraparound area is I want it to funnel and then feed into the, what's it called? The gas pump. Because if it's just going out and about in the entire area and then I have to suck, you know, I have to vacuum all that gas, it takes a while for them to settle at the top. And at the same time, they're just kind of everywhere and anywhere, you know. It also minimizes the issues that I have to deal with, because again, It's just there. It's ready. I just need to do it. Now the complex part here is I want to put automation. I know I could just do it's easy to just, you know, put like a switch or something. Open it and turn it off, but well, actually no, I don't have to complicate this. I just need an automation wire to open this door here, specifically this door only, because that's like the hatch that allows the hydrogen gas to go up here. This is like the cutoff point. It's just that simple. I just need to do it like that. Then the important thing is I need automation wires on all these tanks so that do I want it there? Because I want it to stop getting gas once it's full. Wait, no, I think I'm overthinking this. I think I just need to hook up the automation wire to the generator instead of this thing. This thing can simply be a switch. Yeah, that simply could just be switches that I can turn them off so that they don't use power when they don't need to. This one, for the gas pumps, I just need the normal, you know, power switch to turn them on and off. The reason why I need an automation wire for this door is because turning on and off power on these mechanized airlocks, that doesn't really open and close them. The automation wire sends signals, green and red signals, so it's like programming. So essentially, you send signals to either do yes or no. So in this case, for mechanized doors, or just the doors in the game in general that can be automated, you can see that it can open and close it. But if I did that with a normal wire and switch, it would just it would just cut off power to the thing and it'll just open and close slowly. This way I don't have to send a duplicant to lock the door or open it. I can do it myself. There's no need to complicate it with opening and closing. It's just all whether or not I think it should be open or not. As simple as that. Nothing to worry about. Okie dokes. How many cycles do I have left? 27 cycles until the next activity. Okay. I still have a lot of cycles to go through and finalize this. It's fine. The main issue I'll be having is with this gas filter is that I need a place for it to send out unwanted gases. And the thing is, this place is kind of overpressurized already. It's near the limit. And if with the normal vent openings, if the pressure reaches a certain limit in a specific area, it cannot, you know, vent out more because the pressure is too strong. I specifically need a high pressure gas vent right here. The issue is I need plastic. The refined metal is easy. I have a volcano that gives me essentially an unlimited supply. The issue is gonna come down to plastic because I don't have plastic, and to get plastic I need petroleum, and to get petroleum I need crude oil, and you get the idea. It's a long story. I'm actually gonna replace these with farm tiles. Then I'll put Weezworts there, and hopefully, I don't think it's gonna be enough, but hopefully it is. You never know. Oh, right. I also have to pipe these things, or yeah, pipe these things. I'm using an insulated gas vent so that, gas pipe, so that it doesn't heat up the place. And also, you might be wondering why I'm not just feeding this into all, and why am I doing it like the snake pattern? It's because I want it to feed and then fill the very end and then fill the next one, yeah, until, you know, kind of like a bottle. I want to fill from bottom to top. I don't want it to just fill everything, so that way I just have to automate one gas tank, and it's the very last one to be filled. You know, just pre-planning and stuff. I did it backwards. I should feed it into the very last one first on this row, so that we end at this one closest to the entrance. Again, just minor mistakes. Well, not really mistakes. It would have worked the same way. Just that, I guess they're just quality of life changes. Just to make it easier for me and my duplicants to just pipe things with hydrogen. There we go. So now this is the last one, and then this will be the main output that'll feed stuff with hydrogen, and it's close to the entrance. You know, it's simple stuff. Now I need to find an output place for this area. The thing is, the issue is that I won't be able to pump all of this out. This is pretty dense amounts of oxygen. It'll reach the critical point in which the vent will not work anymore, I'm assuming. The thing is, I only need to do it until all of these gases are gone. I'll be honest, I'm thinking about just drilling straight into space. I might just do that. God damn it. It's so inefficient and it'll take so long. But I think... Well, no, never mind. This is a bad idea. Well, it's not a bad idea. It's a bad idea to do it specifically here, because all of the hydrogen will just leak out upwards. Alright, dumb idea. Very dumb idea. But I know it's gonna be just temporary, but here's the deal. I'm going to vent this all the way across. Oh. All the way all the way across. God, this is dumb. But all the way across. I'm gonna have to bridge anyway, so it doesn't matter. All the way down here. This is a dumb idea because of how much clutter it adds. But the thing is, like I said a while ago, this output right here, there's two outputs for this gas filter, and that's the sorted one, which is I'll be setting to you can only specify one thing here, be sorted out, so I have to put that on hydrogen, and then the other gas output is all, and that means that it'll sort hydrogen out and put it out of the yellow output, and on the green output everything else. Unless you put it, unless you know, pipe the green output to another filter, you can't really sort it out. So essentially all of this is just waste gases that I need to get rid of. The plan is I'll just have this connected there, and then it'll pipe everything out there that is unwanted. And the thing is, right now there's a lot, but eventually it'll run out because this is a sealed system. And again, this is one of the beauties of having the sealed system that I designed. Eventually you'll suck out of all of the unnecessary gases. It'll just be hydrogen that'll reach this. But anyway, next step is to power that thing. I'll just, you know, make a straight line towards it. There we go, and there we go. All I need to do is put a switch here, so I can turn that off if I need to. Alright, right. One crucial error with this. Like I said, it gets very hot. The gases will reach a point where it gets really hot, but... Ooh, I don't have anything else I could build it with, huh? Yeah. Well, I guess never mind. I guess we continue with the original plan. Guess I have no choice but to continue with the original plan, and simply because I don't have any other materials to build it with. I just hope that the system I've set in place to cool this place will work, and then that means I don't have to worry about that thing overheating. Oh yeah, that's also the reason why I built these ones out of normal tile instead of insulated tile is... oh yeah, I should just specify where the heat will come out of. Stupid me. So yeah, it should be like this. This is the original plan. That there's specific places where it's exposed here. But the thing is, it'll cool it down through here because that's where the Weezworts are. You know. That's the idea. Alright, this is the test. There we go, it's working! I'm honestly surprised it's working. I was expecting this to be a bit more worse than what's happening, but it's working. Oh, okay, there. I was right. There's something wrong. I missed an output. There's just piling up here at the very end. This is the end of the chain. But you can see what I was talking about, you know? It's a chain. You can see that they connected it. Now going to fill. There we go! I have a working hydrogen collection system. Oh boy, this is the part that I love the most. It's because this is where progress just starts to be easier. Because power is one of the main limiting things in this game. You can't provide enough power, you lose. And eventually you'll run out of power to do anything. This was the... For my previous base that I got to like 1,000 cycles, this was the hardest part. Until I hit space. Space is an entirely different beast of its own. But I have a couple of hurdles to deal with before that. But anyway, it's working! Look at that. This is heading around and about here. Oh. Okay, okay. I just thought of something so that I don't waste the oxygen that I am getting from there. Oh, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But that is a lot of oxygen now. But it's fine, it's fine. I don't have to worry about it. I could just completely fuck up the system. Once it is in, whoa, words. Once it's in place, and once I know that it's working properly, I should just stop messing with it. So that's one half of the issue done. All I have to do is just open this with my switch, and tada! It's gonna go up and around, and voila! There we go. So that's step one. Let me just make these a bit more uniform, I guess. Anyway, that's step one of this whole ordeal. Step two comes next. It's simple. I'm laughing because I'm just happy that I actually made it work on the first try. And this is more about preference as to where I want to put the hydrogen generator. I think I want it here so that it's close by to the other generators that I have, so that its heat is being put here in the system as well. And I don't have to worry about it heating someplace else, because this box right here is something that I built dedicated just for, you know, being heated. And I just need to put heavy watt wire, and for that I need joint plate and that. I can't do that there. Here, I guess. Heavy watt wire and then heavy watt wire? Does that work? I think it does. Did I build my generator with gold? Ooh. Don't want gold. Want the thing with gold buildings that make heat is that, as you can see, it has plus 50 degrees Celsius in terms of how much heat it can handle. But the issue is it's also thermally reactive. That means it heats and cools rapidly, and since it's a heat producer, it gets hot real quick. And just that doesn't just mean for the building itself. Since the building itself is heating up, so does the environment. Like I said, even though I said that I want this specific place for heat, I don't want it to heat up too quickly. You don't want it to go out of control. I'm gonna check my gas levels in here. The safe limit for gas density is about 2 kilograms, which is, you'll see here, it'll be 2000. That's like the maximum. Any more than that and it becomes too dense. That's the issue. And I'm starting to see that here. Whenever they go here, they get popped eardrums. Yeah, that's becoming an issue. I think that's fine for now. Let me just make a couple of storage bins underwater here, because I need it for oxylite. Just so happens that I have so many pufflets in my base that a lot of them turn into puffed princes, and the thing is they inhale oxygen and make oxylite, which is just a solidified form of oxygen. But when exposed to the elements, they just convert back into oxygen. Kind of like slime. Slime is essentially just condensed, polluted oxygen. So yeah. But I want to keep oxylite for later. And I'm gonna have a dedicated, space for it later, and production. But for now, this will do. Just in case I need oxylite for anything else. Are we still getting hydrogen? Little bits. That's not worth it. The power supply isn't worth it. I mean, the power draw is not worth it. I'll just turn that off for now. And now here comes the fun part. Piping all of that to the base. Oh my god, this is why I didn't want this huge ass pipe of just unwanted air to be that far, but I have no choice. I literally have no choice. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's the thing that I was thinking about now that I remember. Automation! Lovely. We need to automate these things. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Uh-huh. I know, I did something that just made this essentially a shortcut. That this entire grid is if we go here, all of this thick wire right here is connected to the batteries and the power generators. All of this, well, except for this one. That's just a random thing that I connected there, but it's fine. But essentially, this is all this thick wire is for the batteries and for the generators. And the thing is, the batteries all charge same time, and essentially they charge equally. What I'm going to do, that I'm gonna make one here, and then I'll connect this to the automation grid to dictate whether or not my generators will make something. There we go. That's what I did last time. That way I didn't have to wire all the way to my main battery pack. I don't even make it here. I can make it in somewhere in here so that the heat is also here. Here's fine. Then I just connect that with a wire. Hey, it's a sewer party. Look at all the fish. Jam-packed with flavors. You just don't know what they're marinating in. All you can think about is that they're marinating in something. All you need to worry about. I'm just waiting for them to finish building the rest, you know. Oh, here it goes. Here comes the hydrogen. Not a lot, but you know. Here's the first test. All right. It's automated. Hang on. All right, right. So if I understand this correctly, if I remember this correctly, this low threshold is the percent of the total battery power of everything. My entire battery pack from here to here. You can see that there's similar battery power. But essentially, once it reaches the threshold of 30% total, it'll send a green signal, which means these will turn on. And the beauty of this is, it won't waste materials. The thing is, these generators, they'll keep producing even though the batteries are full, and that's the wasteful thing. But with automation grids, they'll automatically turn it off and pause it. So any resources in there won't be consumed, and they'll stop until they need more juice again. Thing is, you can do it manually. With duplicants, as I was saying, you have to wait for them to manually disable it, and you have to keep turning them on and off manually yourself. And that's really a waste of time. So with these automation grids, it just makes it a breeze. Because the batteries themselves will tell the generators, hey, we need power. So I think I set out to do what I wanted to do, and I did it right. I think I'll attach my manual generators to it as well. Yeah, I guess I'll put the wires in the wall so that they're not just out in the open. And for people that don't play this game and you're thinking, oh wow, this is complicated. There's an overlay for the power grid, and now there's an overlay for wiring, but it's automation instead. Yep. This game is complicated. This is fun though. So as you can see, as I was saying, the juice is pretty high. That's because Bima is working on it. There we go. Now even the manual generators are disabled by automation grid. You can see that there. It shows that they're disabled. So no one will waste time powering these, and these automatic generators will not waste materials if they're full. We'll wait until they get 30%, and then everything will light up like a firecracker. And then they'll start generating. As you can see here, the hydrogen gas is at a standstill because the generator is not using any, and they're not being wasted. I mean, you can make the argument that I'm using a lot of power, but even then, you know, you'll eventually reach a point where you'll make too much power, or there will be a lull in the amount of power you're using. And that's what those moments are for, so you don't waste these precious materials, especially in this game. This game is all about resource management. Your base will die if you don't manage your resources. And it's like, see, they're all on now. And then they're about to hit full. Almost there. They're full, and then they all stop, and they have to wait until the batteries are 30% again. And just to reinforce the idea that this works, even though this is one sole battery, they all charge at the same rate as long as they're connected to the same grid. Boy, that is satisfying. This is the best thing about this game. Once you make a system that works, it's very satisfying. But it's also stressful if your system does not work, especially with something potentially dangerous like this, you do not want to mess around, and you want to make sure it works. I've essentially set out what I wanted to do, but the thing I'm thinking about is what I'll do in the next episode, because this is a big achievement for me. I've essentially made power much more available, and so does cooling, because all I need to do in the next episode, if I need cooling, is pipe it to this thing and then just wait for that vent to be active, you know. And all I need to do is further increase my capacity to store it. I'll be good to go. That's all I need to do. The thing is what I need to do next. Eventually, the thing is, the next step is eventually I'll need to get plastic. And like I said a while ago, it's very complicated. This is this is all the crude oil I have right now. It's not good. But there are multiple ways to get plastic, aside from just getting crude oil down in the old biome, all the way down here in this hot, oops, wrong overlay, in this hot, desolate, harmful wasteland. There are other ways to go about it. These slicksters, the issue with these slicksters is I can't capture them. I need plastic to capture them. Essentially the catch-22. I need them to make plastic outside the base, but I can't catch them and bring to my base if I don't have plastic. So it's all whether or not I can get lucky in this printing pod and I get slickster eggs. Because with slickster eggs, I don't need to use a trap which uses plastic to capture them. I can just take the eggs, put it in here, then drop them out again. And they'll incubate here and they'll make oil. As long as they consume the carbon dioxide, that's all I need to do. Another way to go about it is these Drecklets or Drecos. There's an alternate version of them that has a chance to make but it's a chance to get them, and they essentially shed plastic. But if I remember correctly, they need to live in chlorine, so that's another difficult way to go about it. So yeah, I guess for now I'm gonna call it there and think of what I'm gonna do next. I'm probably gonna play this a bit more on my own until I reach a conclusion, because, you know, it's not really fun if you're just sitting there and watching me wait until the printing pod gives me a bunch of slickster eggs or something. Maybe I'll go down the Dreco route, maybe I'll go down the slickster route. It all depends on what I think I should do in the following future, and just depends on whether or not what I need falls into my hands. So for now, I say, I guess that's a job well done. And I'll call it here for now. I said that again. Oh god, I'm repeating myself. Anyway, thanks for watching.